us at some stage to smile. And you obviously found it was not easy. Matters before us today are so heavy that we should be forgiven for not smiling at each other. Be that as it may, before I make one or two remarks, I want to give apologies of our other colleagues who are not here, representing the united opposition. Although I see that the website is talking about loyal opposition. I don't know what the Secretariat can do something about that, so we are all in sync. Bring your greetings from our sister, Mother Karua, who had to travel. I think we should give her a clap because we know she very well represented by our own Secretary General of People's Liberation Party, Asha Bashir. And we have, of course, our other friends, Mheshimiwa Fred MATIANG'I. I spoke to him last night. He must have gotten a bit mixed up on the timings, and I know he was going to be with us today. And our other friends, Rigi G, was out there. You know, he's a man in the trenches, Rigathi Gachagua. So we are all together. Men and women who have also known injustice. Because I think Rigathi Gachagua should also appear before you like Robert Mbui. And I remember I was out of the country when Robert Mbui reported in trying to welcome Baba, he broke his leg. And you remember the story that time was we were on our journey to Canaan. But we got to River Jordan and there were crocodiles. I think I've managed to give you a smile. So Robert Mbui was bitten by a crocodile. Listening to what has happened to our country, honestly and sincerely, if we don't take action now, we might end up with no country. And so, ufungamano, you may not know, it's so historic. This ufungamano who gave us the Constitution. Both men and women from the churches, from the civil society, were able to be bold enough. That's how we ended up getting rid of Article 2A of the Constitution. We amended the Constitution, create Article 2A, allowing for pluralism in our country, which is now under threat. And so it is to Fungamano we have come today to tell William Ruto, you said we have no agenda. Well, we have one clear agenda today, and that is justice for Kenyans. Now follow suit. You have been told this is not the first commission of his type world over. Look at Brazil. In fact, a bishop was funded to start a People's Commission. This People's Commission is not an act in vanity, or indeed acting in vain. Look at the quality of his leadership. Justin Biden, I've heard of a new name, Biden, Muturi, JB. That's why the B comes from, the JB. And you give us a name of my landed friend here, my brother, Eugene. The name was it aflatoxin? No. Something along those lines. I'm trying to give you a smile, at least. And so, agenda number one, the work of this commission, I think is not even time-bound, because we are talking about the next administration. What you are telling William Ruto is our agenda item number one will be justice for Rex Masai and justice for all those young Kenyans who have been failed by police bullets simply because they exercise their constitutional rights under Article 37. And now we pray to God that if you have a heart, not of stone, but of flesh, you don't kill them again tomorrow. Don't kill them. We are telling William Ruto, don't kill these young people tomorrow, because the world is watching. We want to thank the international community. They have come out with a very clear statement. Kenya is not an island nation. It is one nation among the community of nations. We will not allow you, therefore, to get away scot-free. As we speak, at least by the time I got here, I had information that 4,500 goons were meeting in City Hall, preparing to go and murder and maim and kill the framers of Constitution 2010 and Article 1 on the sovereignty of the people. Never envisioned that so many years, 15 years down the line, there'll be men meeting in Taifa Hall somewhere under the chief goon, who I think is the one preparing them, to come and do other things. This commission is so bold. You cannot actually terrorize any of these four people. Justin Muturi and your team, you have your work cut out. When we talk about state capture, we mean it. Kenyans are still waiting to hear fertilizer fake. And the Andani deals continue. Economic sabotage, economic manipulation, which actually, as we speak, is part of Shashi. We will have to go deep into those things so that as we form the next government, we will know what to do with those economic saboteurs. Well, Philip Kishia. Philip, I heard you loud and clear. By the way, the 4,500 goons are joined by 5,000 police officers. All right? And they're even planning to exchange uniform with the goons. What they're actually trying to do is to make sure that Goon A knows how Goon B will look like tomorrow. Shame on you. Shame on you. So we are watching, and the country is watching. All the parents want, and Kenyans, because mtoto akizaliwa sio baba yake ama mama yake peke yake. Mtoto ni wa jamii. Watoto wa jamii ya Kenya, wazazi wa watoto wa Kenya, jamii zote wanadai haki kwa watoto wao, ambao tumeona hapa. Bob, you remember we even tried to catch up with you at some stage. We caught up, we tried, we went to court, we tried action, but this is real action. Real action. And so, please feel free to come out before these very competent men and women who are there to make sure justice is done. And this commission, therefore, is a precursor to the pursuit of justice for every Kenyan under Constitution 2010. I, therefore, would want to really conclude my remarks because they're brief. We've been given the wherewithal and what exactly we want to do. Tomorrow, we're going to sit and see. Let there be peaceful demonstrations. Let there be peaceful demonstrations. Kenyans will remember that we were actually bold and said tomorrow is a public holiday. If anybody was doubting, William Ruto has himself confirmed that tomorrow is a public holiday. In honor of our young Kenyans. And I can't understand, truly, I would take a lot of convincing by people who are with us in the struggle for justice. In 2023, Raila Odinga and I and Eugene and Mother were nearly killed. 60 young Kenyans were felled. And 2024, young people did better than us. They breached the Central Business District. How can we disown those young people for pecuniary gain, for money? It can't be for fame. It can only be for infamy. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very difficult moment. I've seen Minister Murkomen saying they are willing now to meet with the parents of the victims. The victims. They are willing. They are willing one day to the commemoration day. Who can take you seriously? I think this commission now will ensure that not only justice, but compensation. We demand compensation now for every victim. Compensation now, and it's not a favor. In fact, you should let the names come quickly before you, Justin, and your team. You should be the ones to administer. Who can trust these people? Who can trust them? The trust deficit is so enormous that nobody can trust them. They say, no, we are prepared to discuss, to listen to the parents. Where have you been? Justice delayed is justice denied. So a very famous English jurist mentioned that time, Lord Denning. You delay justice, you've denied justice to Kenyans. And therefore, we will stand in solidarity. Long live Kenya, long live this commission. You know, they will not sleep. They have been found out. Because this is not a joke. And so we'll be calling them out as we go. Of course, we have other issues to deal with. Even look at the corruption in the housing, so-called affordable housing. Unveil it. In fact, that is the easiest thing. That's what we are always saying, the next administration, executive order number 1, do away with housing tax. And of course, as we do so, you'll be on their tails. You'll be holding them. You'll be holding them. Messed up education system. How can we have a country where Kenyans don't know how they're waking up tomorrow? And we saw them, representatives of the suffering people of this land. But God will shine. The sun will rise tomorrow, and we shall go and lay the wreaths in remembrance of these children. We've given notice. We've given adequate notice. Wakili Ndegwanjiru, you remember we asked him to do it. Notice to the police. And now, if you're in charge of, we thought the Green Army was well meant. Kumbe is Sakaja's Green Army, creating Haiti-like gangs. We will not allow Kenya to go the Haiti way. It will not happen. We will get you out first. God bless you. I asked my brother Eugene Ramala to come and say, make his few remarks, even as we now launch the People's Restorative Justice Commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm not going to try and ask for any smiles. I am normally one politician who likes smiling, but not today. My heart is really heavy listening to the parents and the victims of the extrajudicial killings of this regime, the abductions, the torture,